Hello everyone, and welcome to a fresh edition of Your Image, the only public relations program on television in Africa, and a platform for excellence in public relations and strategic communication. My name is Folarin. Today is World Radio Day, and appropriately we are discussing radio. But my guest is a juggernaut. My guest is somebody that when Shakespeare was asking the rhetorical question in Romeo and Juliet, what's in the name, that you will know that his name is truly symbolic. My guest today is a journalist, he's an activist, he's a poet, he's an author, he's a media Mongol. I have the singular honor and pleasure to welcome Dr. Malaolu to the program. Dr. Malaolu, you're welcome, sir. He was also a former commissioner for information and strategy in Ogun State. Dr. Malaolu, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, from your trajectory, sir, you were the pioneer editor of this day newspaper. And in Punch, you were a force to be reckoned with. In Vanguard, you are a force to be reckoned. You are somebody that we can call a newspaper man. But when you wanted to establish a business, you started with radio. And today is World Radio Day. Tell us, why radio? Why did you choose radio and not newspaper?
Why radio?
Right.
I think let me begin by going down the memory lane.
Okay.
Like I used to say, I'm a village boy. While I was growing up in the village, my mother...
What's the name of the village?
Erinle. In Obafen with the local government.
Okay.
You know. Now, my mother was, in love with radio. So she was always, taking it everywhere. And I got, attracted to the radio through that. You see, for every child, I was wondering what was talking inside the radio.
Okay.
And then through that, I think I damaged a lot of radio sets, trying to look for what's talking inside the radio. Radio is actually very magnetic because when you look at the history of the radio and then you read about people who first brought radio, Marconi,
right,
Telsa, in Italy, you will see that radio, for people like us who go up to the village, you see somebody, a voice talking inside the bus. It is quite, amazing. And you want to see, okay, who is that person? How is the person talking inside the radio? But the radio, like they say, is a blind medium.
Right.
So it's the only medium where you attend, and there's where you can do so many other things. So because it's a blind medium, it allows the use of imagination. You don't see the presenter or the anchor person,
right,
but you get used to who the person is, through the voice. So you begin to imagine a lot of things, about emotion. If you listen to Rock City FM this morning, and news commentary on the radio, you will hear a lot of this about it. So why did I get to radio? When I came back to Abeokuta, and we commissioned 2 research studies, one by a group of people from the University of Ibadan, and then the second one by a company based in London. So, the result of both studies were almost alike. It was like the same people did them. So we found out that people here don't normally read newspapers.
Okay.
They don't read it a lot. So what they do most is listen to radio. So what did we do? When I said, okay, I think the best thing to communicate with people here is to use the radio.
Right.
That is how, here, we got into radio. As a matter of fact, actually, before that time, my intention here is actually to do a newspaper. Now I had that in my mind to do a newspaper.
Because of the pedigree.
Yeah, because of my background, as a newspaper person. But then I found out that, look, when you go to think about the sustainability of it also, and here, people, they like listening to radio and what have you more than newspapers. It's not that they're not educated.
Okay.
You got to be literate, to participate in discussion or whatever. So, and for me, the most important thing is to do. If you read Marshall, McLuhan, the medium is the message. So for me, it is to do a radio station that is very credible, trustworthy, believable, and then you communicate to people. Once you have that, then you can begin to, push certain agendas in ensuring that people have their say.
Okay.
You see, because when you talk about government democracy, it's about people having their say. So radio is, when you look at what is, I don't want to be academic anyway.
Okay.
But you see, there's something they call the hypodemic need theory.
Right.
Radio tells you that a reaction of the people can be spontaneous.
Right.
Particularly because radio, you can have ordinary transistor radio, even you can listen to radio on your phone, you can do it anywhere, whether you are in the remote area or in the village, or like in my village, So the thing is, radio is very key, very important. Radio is the very first instrument of mass communication that brings people together, and it's going to continue to do so because radio can die.
Okay, there is no killing the radio.
No, you can kill it.
Okay, tell us, you are an activist. How has radio helped in development communication, especially towards getting good governance and stuff?
Well, that's a very good question. You see, like I did say, if you read Chinua Achebe, he did say during an election sometimes, Achebe is a very good, or maybe was a very good storyteller. He wrote about people campaigning in rural areas and they're being communicated to with the radio. So when you want to do election, even now, you got to have transistor radio or some walkie-talkie that you talk to your people who are on the field. Politicians, exactly, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So the thing basically is that when you want to address people, you want them to understand what you're saying, you want to motivate them, and you are doing anything about advocacy. So the best instrument, the best medium of communication to use is the radio. Now, let's talk about why we are fighting for the revalidation of June 12th. The press, basically the urban centers, when I say the press, I'm referring to the print, did a wonderful job. But elsewhere, it is the radio. Now, don't forget, Abela did a jingle then, MKO is our man. Now, the kind of thing that we did when we were doing that was to ensure that that jingle is part of the message. So, they are shooting this man, they don't want to start democracy and whatever. So, radio played a very important role in that campaign. So, basically, activists will use that, to reach the people. And I will tell you, the radio station here, Ogun Radio, played a major role in that. As a matter of fact, when you look at the industry today, most of the people that you see, came from here, from Ogun Radio. So, and there's still a lot to be done.
Okay, there's still a lot to be done. Let's talk about the profitability, return on investment. It appears you are the first private radio station in Abeokuta. But now we have over 16 or 18. Is the radio that profitable? Is it that you're making money from radio?
No, I don't see myself as a businessman.
Okay.
I see myself as a media, social entrepreneur. So if it's about money, I won't be here.
What's the difference?
The difference is when you do a business is to make money, profit. We are not making profit. The thing is, are we serving, are we fulfilling social contract? Are we helping the people, So if we are doing so, then I'm satisfied. Because in my trajectory, as I have said, I've been to prison. Because we are fighting for the reactivation or revalidation of June 12th. We want democracy. Yes. So if it is what that I want to make money. I will be, I'll be here. I'll be in New York. I'll be in London. I'll be in Lagos.
Okay.
But here, is to develop this place, which is our homestead. because you know you read history and you hear about what Lishabi, you know, Shodeke and all the, you know, our forefathers have done. So we want to do better than they have done, to bring this place, you know, to the place where it's supposed to be. So that is why we're here. It's not because of
what's the Ogun State of your dream? What type of
the Ogun State of my dream? Yeah, that will be better than New York.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of social amenities and what have you. You see, I had on our radio station maybe yesterday, you know, I think they were talking, maybe you were there also, they were talking about Fela.
Okay, well.
You know, and then you look at Abeokuta, truly, there's no single park, garden in Abeokuta. None. Which is very bad.
Public garden?
Yeah, public park. Okay. There's none. In the entirety of the city of Abeokuta, there's none. So the thing is, you know, when you go to other big cities in the world, those are things that are very common. You understand? So children can go and play. You know, people can go and relax. It's not all work and no play. So the Ogun State of my dream, the Abeokuta of my dream, is the one that is going to be better than New York. You see, the city of New York alone has a budget of several trillion dollars. Yes. The police department of New York State alone has a budget bigger than that of the whole country of Nigeria. So imagine the economy, you know, in that kind of a place. That's what I'm looking for Abeokuta, for Ogun State. That, you know, we can be an economic entity on our own. I don't have to be dependent on anybody and what have you. That, you know, you have an economy that goes that way, you don't need federal allocation. When people have jobs to do, okay, they will pay taxes. Okay. When they pay the taxes, you know, the taxes are well managed, you know, there will be amenities.
You're also a cultural aficionado. In terms of Yoruba language, you know, Yoruba being spoken on radio. Yeah. Rock City is about 70-30. Are you satisfied with this?
No, you see, for me it's a long journey.
Okay.
You know, we're going to get there. For me, like, I have a Kasora, an English name, you know. They call me Patrick, but okay. I prefer to be called in Yobagbe. You see, because we have a problem as Africans. We don't like ourselves.
Really?
Yes. We don't like our culture. We don't like our names. We don't like our skin color. We don't like everything. I want God to come down and do certain things, so it's not going to be possible. So you have to begin by speaking your own language.
Right.
You can teach physics, chemistry, and what have you, you know, in your local language. The Chinese are doing so. Why can't we do so?
Successfully.
Yeah, successfully. So that's the way you can, you know, there's nothing you cannot do in your own local language. You understand? Because language is about shared meaning. So for me as a person, I would have loved this area by in our local here, we speak our language.
Okay.
We do it in our language. But right now, we haven't gotten there.
Okay. It's work in progress.
Yeah, it's work in progress.
Well, oftentimes, the media, the press, usually is the whipping boy for people in government. They usually complain that you went to prison. Can a journalist plan coup? I mean, you went to prison for trumped-up charges and everything. And even it's common to blame the media. What we only do is to report. What do you have to say to this? People usually say that it's the media, it's the press.
Yes, I think the very first thing is we do not understand what is meant by governance.
Okay.
Because we do not understand that, we do not understand also what is called critical debate.
Okay.
You can't all of you have the same opinion.
Okay.
And it is better to examine different opinions. Let there be, like Chairman Malaolu did say, let there be potpourri of views, of opinions.
Let us
collaborate. And then the person who is the leader, like Neni, you will look at all those varieties of views, and then you take the ones, you know, that are appropriate, collect it, and then you move forward. Yoruba people have similar proverb. They say, Ogbon Ologbon. What does it mean? It means that people bring their views,
right,
and then from there you choose what is okay, you follow it as a leader. But when you are intolerant of other people's opinion,
right,
we run into problems, I think.
Well, that's peer review. Okay, in rounding off, what's your advice to broadcast journalists who are celebrating today, generally?
My advice, what am I going to advise journalists who are celebrating today? Well, first of all, let me congratulate them, you know, and what I will say to them is this: you have to be better than yesterday.
Right.
So there's no time to sleep or to relax. You know, don't rest on your oars. Continue to march forward, and then, first of all, education is key. Keep learning every day. You know, and then no matter the problem that comes across your way or what if you just believe that is a brighter day is coming tomorrow.
Thank you.
And you have to be part of that brighter day, forging it ahead.
Thank you very much. We've been discussing the 2026 World Radio Day. The theme is AI and radio. Very quick, before we go, what's the role of AI? Are we going to lose our job to AI?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're not going to lose your job to AI. Okay. What happens, the AI has no emotion.
Okay.
Human beings have emotion.
Okay. AI.
You know? So AI is not going to take a job, but it's going to aid your job if you know the way to use it.
Okay.
But you got to understand it before you begin to use it.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for honoring our invitation. We hope that when next we call upon you, you'll oblige us.
I'll be ready.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the package for today. On behalf of the team of Pr-Primus, namely Akin Okudero, Bukola Akinrede, and a host of others, this is yours sincerely, Folarin, saying bye for now.